Hey YouTube, I'm Clubs from the 91st Ohio Wildcards. Today we're coming to you from my garage and I'm going to show you how to make a cheap yet effective target stand out of this. Alright, first off, let's start with what you need. You're going to need 5 2-foot sections of 3/4 inch PVC, 4 T-joints that fit the PVC, 2 straight joints that will fit over the T-joints, and you're going to need 2 6-foot long pieces of 1/2 inch by 3/4 inch wood. All of this stuff you can buy at any home improvement store. I got mine at Home Depot. And if you don't already have it, you will need to buy some purple primer and some PVC cement. One thing to remember when you're doing this is to do it in a well ventilated area, just because the fumes from the cleaner does stink quite a bit. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm rubbing the cleaner over the end of the PVC that I'm going to be gluing, and as you can see, it takes off the print on the piping. You want to make sure you get it nice and clean and looking good. Set it down someplace where if it does drip, it won't ruin anything. Then you want to make sure you get the inside of the joint as well. One thing I was uncertain of when I was building the other one was if the primer had to actually be dried before you started gluing it, and I don't think it really matters. So we're going to go ahead and lob on some of the cement. You want to cement both the end of the piping and the inside of the joint. You want to get quite a bit on there. And go ahead and stick the pipe all the way into the joint, and it tends to want to pop out. So you can twist it on or just shove it in there. We got one part of the leg done, and we'll work on the second half of the legs. And we got one half of the base done. So we got the 2 legs for the H done. Now we got to go around to make the the cross beam, which is pretty simple. We're going to prime the outside of one of the T's. This is why you want to get a straight joint that'll fit around it, and then prime the inside of one of the straight joints. And then go ahead and fill it with glue. And put together. That is going to be the basic of the cross strip. And you want to do that twice, once for each side. That is essentially what the H is going to be made of. Just simply put the 2 parts that you just cemented together, over the last opening on the T for your base, and you can pretty much see what the finished product is going to be. However, I do not actually glue these to the H, just because you'll be able to break it down into smaller sections to transport it, and that way you can also adjust the base. You can turn the legs in or out and everything. That way, you know, if you got some unstable ground, you can adjust the legs as needed. However, I do glue the cross member to the actual joints. So we'll go ahead and prime the last pipe. Go ahead and do both ends. And then prime the inside of the T. And the glue. So we'll go ahead and finish up this cross member. Now, here's the tricky part, because you want both ends to sit flat. So you want to, on a flat surface, make sure that they are both twisted in the same way so that they're not askew when you put it together. And that's basically all the work needed for the base itself. And you can go ahead and put the rest together. Like I said, I don't glue the cross member to the legs, simply because, you know, with it glued, it's stuck in one way. But if you don't have it glued, you can twist, turn the legs any which way you need. And it comes together pretty nicely. And you take your two pieces of wood and you stick it in the side of the T-joints for the cross member. And that there's a cheap yet effective target stand. And you can staple anything. You can tape it on. You can use alligator clamps or clothespins. You can really use anything to attach your targets to this. about 14 bucks for a cheap yet effective target stand that you don't have to worry about ricochets from. Again, I'm Clubs of the 91st Ohio Wildcards. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.